Hold there, knave. The Yorkie of the Shire stands before you, asking art thou friend or foe? Thou art friend, then come with me as we step once more into Golarion, more Wrath of the Righteous, Pathfinder. If thou art foe, then disappear back to the worldwound. We shall deal with you later. Now, where are we? Ah, yes. We've allied with the tieflings. I think it's time to go and see if we can rescue Aranka. Head over to Arende's mansion. Just seeing if there's anything here that we can pick up easily. Like these. Over to Arende's mansion. Level 4 at the moment. We still need 4,000 and some. Got him. Good. Everything's clean there.
I'm gone.
Let us continue. Sally forth, friends. Sally forth. I hear music. I don't like that they are down on levels. Do it your spellbook. Alright, he certainly knows how to party, but here come demons that think they do too. And a cultist.
Yet another obstacle.
One.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Go.
Ember.
Yes.
Now, if any of you watched the previous episode, you will possibly remember me saying that I was thinking of getting a new mercenary, a magic caster. I think I'm definitely going to do that. And I'm thinking brown fur transmuter. Let me spell out the roleplay reasons, the in-character reasons, rather than breaking the fourth wall.
Into the fray!
Ninio is a bit irritating. I'd rather not travel with her, to be honest. Let her stay in her ivory tower. I'll certainly help her at times. We do not despise her at all, but some people just get under your skin wrong. Ember, honestly, Ember, you're a young innocent child.
Right?
Maybe not that young in time terms as opposed to elf terms. But you're a young innocent child. You don't need to be out in the world with this. You'll have to face it in your own ways, but let's not make you do everything. Woljif. Honestly, Woljif,
Surrender or else!
I want to trust you more than I do. I think you should stay home and pay attention to some tuition. For the most part. We'll look after you. We'll help you learn the world is not as dangerous as you thought it is.
Attack.
And Camellia. Camellia, let us just say that you are an interesting individual.
No glory without risk!
I'm going to go out of turn-based. And Woljif is dead.
I'm sorry I have to do this.
No contest.
Well, we've won, but I can't say it's been pretty. Well, we've probably won.
From my mistake.
Ow. Sealer.
Just sit here. Don't worry about me.
The only one that's causing any hassles now... Actually, there's two.
Now this is inglorious.
This whole thing is inglorious. You see the disaster this has been?
This was
And she's down.
unexpected.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. It was perhaps foolish to go off of turn-based mode. I thought we had it wrapped up, but we didn't even have it begin to be wrapped up.
I'm gone. Attack!
Time to rob them of their treasures.
Everyone counts on me.
Good. Now. You're down at 30, Sealer. Not good. Right. Large person. Restoration lesson, no, that won't help you with lost levels. Less weapon. Divine favor. Fire belly. That. Shield. Never mind. Shield of faith. Breakable heart. Protection from chaos. And with me. Mage armor. Wait. Can't be used, and it's personal, so it can't be used on him even. What's this? Resist fire. Shield. Not letting me. Can't be used by me. It's personal, alright. Good. You can be reduced in size. Even get a vanish going on. For all the resist cold will do, you might as well have it. Not going to be useful ever. I don't think anything ever uses cold. Mage armor. No. Shield. Shield of face. Not actually sure if they stack. Shield of face. Fire belly. Can be used with spell check. Which apparently is failing. Don't need to reduce person. Go on, have the feather step, it's not going to do any good ever. Right, in we go. And we're at the party time. Definitely knows how to party.
Be careful, everyone. Aim carefully.
Oh. Well, it hasn't affected just yet.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
I forgot to give him his cold iron. Obscura.
Cover me.
Hold you. Ember, try and put them to sleep.
Surrender or else.
Or shoot them or something.
The light, take you!
Now this is inglorious.
Forwards! No contest.
You won't survive me.
Stab their backs.
No, we're not getting anywhere with that.
Cover me, all right?
Remember? Damn it.
The Inheritor, guide my blade!
Well, even with that on, it's still not helping.
A solid plan.
Plan.
Endure this!
I'll loot your corpse.
7 damage then, that's good.
Stab you or zap you? Why not both?
Remember? Take down that AC. Good.
Into the fray!
Attack!
Plan, you don't have cold iron anymore,
Makes
so...
every strike count.
Your death awaits.
Distract them from me.
Remember... Take down their hits, if you can, their hit. Good. Now they have less chance of hitting. Alright, now we can go off of turn-based.
I'm done with you!
It's all your fault.
Did you see that?
Yeah. Bit difficult, but we made it. Thank you, stranger. The young woman does not look the least bit scared. Her cheeks are flush and her blue eyes are glittering. For saving us from the demons and freeing our timely entrance. I swear I don't know who has enraged me more today. The demons, or the also affable master of the house. A friend Wilkers, he's asked me to find you and protect you. The woman clasps her hands together. Looks alive. He's made a brilliant new friend. It's a shame he had to happen right now, when the city is under siege by demons. Those pig-headed inquisitors are pursuing us instead of doing something useful. How did you end up here? Alderun's hounds found me and Wallflower, and they tried to capture us. I distracted them, then I lost them in the streets before charming my way into his party. Even if the Inquisitors saw where it went, they wouldn't have been allowed past the door. Alderun holds no sway among certain members of the aristocracy, so I picked up a good place to lie low, that is, until the demons showed up. She shivers and wraps her arms around herself. Now that's more like it, so I've inadvertently been harbouring a traitor, wanted by the Canabrese Inquisition. This day wasn't such a waste after all. Do you know where the third of your group is? Wallflower, no idea. If he knows about the demon attack, he won't just hide away. He'll go out and try to help people. If he doesn't know, well, you have no chance of finding him. He's a pretty skilled mage, but I doubt he'll risk using magic. He'll probably do something the Inquisitors won't expect. pose as someone, disguise himself. He had a great selection of masquerade costumes in the temple. He becomes lost in thought for a moment. I know, I'll tie my shawl around my arm. Wallflower gave it to me. He'll spot it right away. And know you're a friend. If I were you, I'd look for him in Canabra's Market Square. Tell me about yourself. I'm a ranker, travelling bard and follower of Desnan. Many of my fellow bards are rootless misfits who wander the world, unwilling or unable to live a normal life. For me, that's only partly true. I have a wonderful family, my mother, father, grandmother and brother. Right now, they're far away, and I'm sure they miss me. But they've always supported my vocation, and they let me be free to roam. Because they knew that I couldn't be happy while there was so much in the world that I hadn't explored. So many places where people might need my help. A bard, that's great, I love singing. Will you sing me a song? Aranka smiled. Sorry, I don't think this is a good time to sing a long, sweeping epic. I'll gladly sing for you some other time. What can you tell me about the master of the house? Oh, the Count, her voice drops to a whisper. I've wanted to smash a jug over his head about 5 times today already. You don't need to whisper that, I'm sure he'd be proud to hear it. He just brings that feeling out in people. It's one of his many talents. Other than that, well, you probably already heard about the Arendelle family. All I can say is that the Count's servants flee this place like rats from a sinking ship. No one ever stays here long, even though he pays them extravagantly. I even heard one servant complain that he always feels uneasy in the Count's home, like someone is watching over him. Unseen eyes staring at the back of his head. Even if his back is to the wall, even if he turns around, I don't know if I believe all these tales, but I'm just telling you what I've heard. Yeah, that's the word on the street too. The tiefling hunches over his shoulders. Hunches his shoulders. This mansion, it's the tastiest morsel in the whole city, but all the thieves are afraid to even set foot in the street. Are you deliberately talking as if I'm not here? Excellent. Like any polite host, I shall return the favour and act as if you're not here either. Feeling left out, Daeran. Why did you decide to break into the wardstone and cast magic on it? You put your own lives at risk. Your information could have been a trap set by demons. It wasn't a demon trap, Aranka says forcefully. And her voice softens and her expression turns pensive. You know, looking at the worldwound, and seeing the powerlessness of the Crusaders, it's very hard. We've been trying to defeat the demons for 100 years now. Nothing to show for it. I think that Queen Galfrey and other leaders think that we can defeat evil if we line up our soldiers in perfect columns and send them marching off with a stirring battle cry. We just need a few more soldiers, a little more discipline. But we've been marching for 100 years, and it's always one step forward, 2 steps back. And while the soldiers are marching, people like Holrun are seizing power behind their backs. His fanaticism and cruelty were forged in the same furnace as the Crusaders' righteousness. We'll never defeat the demons if we keep trying to march down the same path. We need to change tack, to challenge our principles, trust our hearts and our friends, and not mouldering doctrines. We need to listen to any entity that's willing to help us. My friends and I listened and we trusted and we tried to change something. At least we tried, even though it didn't work out. Great idea, marching in straight lines won't work. So let's go attack the demon in a merry band of hopers and dreamers. Plan? I do hear you, but it's not like the other was working. What's your plan? Naive children, that's what you are, but I admit your words stir something in my soul. I wouldn't put you in charge of a military campaign, but I'd be proud to fight alongside you. Now that's a better attitude. Can you get somewhere safe on your own? It looks like the Inquisitors are busting down the door just yet, and they're not hiding under the bed. So I think I'm safe for now. I'll be fine on my own. I'll go to our temple, to Wilka's. The Inquisitors must have searched there by now. They won't go back there for a second time. Then I have to go.
I shall not fail.
Greetings, valiant stranger who has just burst into my life. I am the master of this house, Count Daeran Kale, myriad mellifluous monikers Arende. No need to introduce yourself. I find remembering insignificant details, such as the name of passing acquaintances, such a bore.
Wow. Bona fide blue bloods and unparalleled aristocracy. All this makes me itch to do something really crass. Ooh, like blow my nose on the curtains.
What are you waiting for, my squamous squire? The curtains in this room are velvet, but we have some excellent silk ones with gold thread elsewhere in the house. Take your pick. My soft furnishings are yours to do with as you wish. I'm quite sick of the place, truly. I shall either sell it, or burn it to the ground and build a new mansion in its place. Now that we've finished with the niceties, tell me this. How did all those thrice-damned demons end up at my soiree?
I like this boy. A little dangerous, yes. But I like his sense of humour. Canabres lies in ruins. Descari killed her end live. The wardstone has been captured, and you're asking why demons get crashed your party?
Canabres in ruins. Descari. Well, well, well. And I was already lamenting the lack of excitement at my little banquet. Although it must have been tolerable enough if we didn't get notice of a great hulking demon attacking a dragon just outside the window. It seems as though Descari's occasion was altogether more of a crush than mine.
Ooh, nice to
If
say.
you will pardon the pun.
What should I know about you, Count, apart from the fact that you're highborn and very rich?
As a child, I had my very own pony, but I always dreamed of having a lamb. I was never allowed one. Sheep were seen as peasant animals, utterly unsuitable for the scion of a noble line. The trauma haunts me to this day. I think of it every time I have roast lamb for dinner.
Have the lamb stopped screaming yet, Daeran?
I'm sorry that happened to you. Such a sad story.
I had not even the slightest intention of upsetting such a lovely child.
I'm not lovely. Some people have even called me a scarecrow before.
That's patently absurd. Why, you can't possibly be a scarecrow with a crow following you around.
This is accurate.
I'm sorry if I failed to sate your curiosity. I loathe talking about myself to people I don't know, even more to those I do know. The only thing worth knowing, aside from the fact that I am highborn and filthy rich, is that I dislike Puritans and demons in equal measure. Well, perhaps demons a tad more.
You don't seem very concerned about the city's
I
fate.
have no friends here whose untimely demise I would care to mourn. The only alarming thing is how easily all this happened. I don't care for the thought that demons could come calling at my door at any moment. And just think, everyone had so much faith in the wardstones gifted by Iomede's herald, and in the might of our tamed dragon, as if there had been no Desnan or a dozen other routes where the demons overcame every defense.
You can go to the Defender's Heart. It's on the protection of Irabetha Obeyed and the Eagle Watch.
I thank you for the invitation, but I am not quite as desperate as I may seem. At times, it is better to be surrounded by the repugnant mugs of demons than the sour and dour physiognomies of Iomede's righteous paladins.
What about my physiognomy? Sour enough for his lordship? Don't worry, another few minutes with the dazzling Count here, and it'll sour like week-old milk.
What's this? An attractive paladin with a sense of humor? You're a veritable walking scandal.
Indeed.
Either way, my mansion is now safe. I have a pair of half-decent guards. I just need to drag them out of the storeroom and bring them to their senses. I ordered them to drink a love potion, you see? For reasons which seemed extremely witty at the time and in the state of inebriation I then found myself in. They can guard the house while the valorous paladins beat back the demon assault. They will beat them back, yes? As regards myself, I feel like stretching my legs. I know rudimentary divine spells, I'm no friend to demons, and I elevate any society that I deign to grace with my presence. I shall accompany you. Only for a short time, of course. I have no desire to remain at the vanguard for a protracted period. What say you, my ephemeral but highly diverting acquaintance? After all, Lord Descari spoiled my party. I now burn with the desire to spoil his.
Who could fail to be impressed by your eloquence?
Capital. Good acquaintances that begin and end at just the right moment often leave the most pleasant memories. Wouldn't you say?
Indeed. Walter, if you're badly hurt, go back. What's the charisma? I can level out any one of these. Select. Now. World knowledge, anything?
See? I'm
Portrait of Galfin
indispensable.
Mendrev, ruler of the...
Follow my steps. Completed. I've failed.
That should be fine.
Let's head out.
Right, moving on. Let's try... Actually, back to the market square. We have one more of the merry band of 3. And then we can go into other places. $3,896. Fine.
Let us be careful.
Knapp's Crusader. The eyes of the young lad peered out from under the massive helmet. At this proximity, it's obvious his armour is either ill-fitting or mismatched. And the helmet, specifically, is either very poorly made or a theatre prop. Pardon me, I saw you with that shawl. Does that mean you're a friend of Baranka's? Am I saying, of course it does so. That's him. Wallflower the Mage. Why are we locked here? What's that? Oh, it's Hull Run again. The young man's speech is interrupted by the arrival of a new cast of characters. People in the robes of Iomede's Inquisitors appear from all sides surrounding him. Adept Hall of the Temple of Desnan. You're under arrest on suspicion of treason and aiding the demons. You have 1 minute to come quietly. Drag your feet. And we'll count that as an attempt at just... I can't read. To resist justice. Philip Hull Run appears behind his people. And here's the traitor who almost corrupted the wardstone with his magic. Oh, hush. You're torturing this boy for nothing. I can't stand for this. Have a look at the light again and shut up and go away. At last he rubbed his temples. I do not know why you are standing in the way of justice. I'm not. But I do not wish to start a spat between the goddess righteous warriors in this hour of peril. Let this Desnan riffraff go wherever he likes, just as long as it's out of my sight. Better. The young man lets out a sigh of relief as he watches the Inquisitors go. This is just blatantly unfair. We tried to protect the city from demons, and instead of helping us, We get hunted by the Inquisitors. Prelate Hullrun will be the death of us all. The Inquisition is meant to be there for stability. I think he's lost his way somehow. Anyway, thank you. I'd have been done without you. The Inquisition has gone too far. I'm glad I didn't let them take you. That's it. I don't believe I'll get a fair hearing from Hullrun if it wasn't for you. I would have been tortured and put to death. But even so, I have my regrets. I think we went too far trying to break into the Wardstone. We didn't even save anyone. Now, if you don't mind, I'm going to the Temple of Desnan. I think that's a good place for me to go to. What did we run slap back into? I thought we cleared everything. A bug. A few bugs. I thought we cleared these. Done. Well, because Ranker and Thal sit side by side like sparrows on a tree branch, they seem happy, despite the chaos going on around them. It isn't our rescuer. It's good that you've come. Sit down with us. I'm pleased to see that you're all fine, but there's still much work to be done in the city. That's true, but we can give you a gift before we go. We wouldn't give this to anyone apart from the person who bravely defended us from injustice. The injustice inflicted by people who should be the pillars of law and order in society. Our gift, Ranker cuts in, is a song. We call it Starward Gaze, and it came to us from the true servants of Desna, from her domain in Elysium. This song can gift the soul with renewed vitality. Just listen. I'll sing it with you. When the music stops, Sir Yorkie finds himself in a place that looks nothing like the ruins of Knabres. It all happens in the space of a blink. He closes his eyes in one world and reopens them in another one entirely. A delicate twilight envelops this new world, with streaks of moonlight breaking through the gloom. Sir Yorkie is standing in the shallow stream of murmuring water deep in the forest. There is no one else around. Garlands of unfamiliar climbing plants twine around the trunks of gigantic trees, and dangling from their branches are vines, woven into what looks remarkably like swings. The carpet of fragrant grasses spreads out at the tree's roots, which, with islands of phosphorescent moss and lichen dotted here and there. Small, smooth stones with a strange mirrored surface are scattered across the stream bed in which Sir Yorkie is standing. The stones catch the light shining down from the heavens, making them gleam and making the ordinary little brook look like a stream of darkness, carrying a sprinkle of stars throughout the night. Sir Yorkie is sure that he has never been to this place before, and yet it all seems so familiar. It is a manifestation not of dreams or fantasies, but of that special way of looking at the world that only children possess, when a glint of light reflected off a piece of glass becomes a fallen star, when an oddly shaped stone can be a remarkable artifact, and where every shadow or twist in the path promises mystery but an incredible adventure. Ah yes, the delights of childhood. A single glance into the forest stream brings this feeling rushing back. Realizing this, Sir Yorkie unhurriedly makes his way along the stream bed, taking in his surroundings. The whimsically twisting stream runs through the silent forest. and Sir Yorkie unhurriedly strolls along it. This place evokes a strange feeling of not calm, no, in fact quite the opposite. A feeling of restlessness and anticipation of incredible discoveries or unexpected encounters. Or then again, perhaps it's not the place at all, but the eternal hunger, the craving for new experiences which dwells within many mortal hearts. Especially, as said before, children. Speculation aside, just as Sir Yorkie rounds the next bend, an unexpected encounter does indeed take place. They come closer, not attempting to hide, stepping lightly on a mossy carpet, leaping from branch to branch or flitting through the air. The creatures are thoroughly bizarre, as though they were deliberately conceived to try the sanity of every taxonomist in the planet. One has the fluttering wings of a butterfly on its back, another has the tails of a dozen different animals, while a third boasts tresses of streaming water, hooves instead of feet, and springy clover growing all over its skin. We have a visitor, exclaims one of the strange creatures, and it immediately runs along the stream, sending up moonlight, filled with splashes with every step. Where am I? Don't you know where you are? Asked the creature in amazement. There are plains of breathtaking beauty and plains of astonishing wonders, but only Elysium is woven from the craving for beauty, from the belief in wonders. That is where you are, in the most peaceful, most wonderful corner of the world, the plain, boundless freedom. Who are you? We are Azatas, the children of freedom, says one of the creatures, carelessly swinging from the branch of a tree. This forest is our home for today. Tomorrow our home could be a lake 100 leagues to the south, an underground cave in the azure ocean, or a castle of clouds that scatters in the dawn breeze. How did I get here? We don't know how he came to be here, said the creature with a dozen tails, smiling. Mortals rarely come to Elysium during their lifetime, but here you are, which means that something must have brought you. Something in your soul. If your soul did not harbour even the slightest spark of freedom, yearning and compassion, you never would have found your way here. Now that you know the answer, tell us, what do you want? I have to go back to need me there. The creature with the butterfly wings, who has hitherto remained silent, gives the visitor a serious look and nods to itself. I smell the burning blood and tears of the place you come from. It clings to you. Right that you don't wish to turn your back on the suffering of those you left behind. None of us children of Elysium would do such a thing. Go back, be a bulwark against evil and strife. Your path is true. But would you like to take something from this place as a memento? The question hangs in the air. And though the words that Sir Yorkie utters next are merely words, not a spell or military command, they seem to have an equal bearing on destiny and life. Yes, I really want to. The Azatas draw closer. Take this memory with you. Take this light. Take the knowledge that any pebble struck by a moonbeam can be equal to any star. Take the understanding that you cannot fight evil with clever plans until you have conquered evil within your soul. Your soul cannot be cleansed of evil if it's not free. Take our song, remember it, and it may help you. Well, thank you. All three adepts look at you wide-eyed. What just happened? For a second, you were surrounded by light and we heard music, like the music of Elysium itself. I had a vision. I was in Elysium and the Azatas spoke to me. Adepts exchange looks of astonishment. I swear it's a sign that Desnan herself has turned her gaze on you. You helped and protected Wallflower from the Inquisitors even though it wasn't your responsibility. Goddess couldn't fail to acknowledge such a noble soul. We might be getting ahead of ourselves here. There are many powerful entities in Elysium besides Desnan, but of course there must be a reason for it. I'm so glad we met you, friend. Not just because I'd been tortured by the Inquisitors right now, if you hadn't. But also because you helped me overcome my doubts. We will always remember you, no matter what. Alright, it's time to gather and leave. And my friends, it is also time to acknowledge that it's time to leave to reality. Join me next time for some more Wrath of the Righteous. Fare thee well.